Damn,
All right.
YouTube is not fucking around with these ads no more, man. They're like, no, nigga, you will watch the whole ad now.
They are not. They are not fucking around with you at all. There we go. Okay. I might
there we
have
go.
to. I gotta figure out how this is gonna work. Because I'm probably gonna be hearing myself come back on the beat again. Because I'm already streaming, but like if I stream, like it's just gonna pick up my mic. It's not gonna pick up the sound from. Oh yeah, we'll pick up the sound. No, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Now I'm gonna just keep doing it the way I have been doing it. All right. Hang on.
Okay.
One second.
I dropped. Well, we should open. I dropped Noriega. What? So,
Huh?
in your Facebook message.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. And I'm also curious how the sound comes through if I'm using my mic for the same thing. That's what's been an issue. That's what's probably been an issue. Because this page is using my mic, but I only get your sound through here because I don't hear myself back. Oh well, fuck it. Let's just keep doing it the way we've been doing. All right, you ready?
Right. Yeah, let's hit it.
Okay, you ready to go live?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Bam, bam, bam.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to yet another Showtime and Kev podcast. Last one for this god awful 2020. I am Corey Showtime.
I'm Kevin Monroe.
And we cannot do anything that we do on the airways without the big brother listening. So Kevin got to scare him off with his code words. So Kevin, if you would be so kind.
In the name of the one called Emperor Selassie, conquering tribe of Judah, King of Kings and Santa Cruz Reggae Music Festival with the Rasta and go up in this piece, Lord of mercy. Book, extendo clip, Lord of mercy. More fire.
Whatever he said, I don't know what that means at all. Yes, we are here again. It is the last week of the year.
2020.
The last of 2020. Oh my God, we made it. I don't know if it's gonna get any better next year. Don't quote me on that shit. I ain't said shit. But here's hoping that it does get better. You know what I mean?
Right. For real. And first off, thanks for everybody that rocked with us throughout the 2020s. Like, most of our podcasts, I was going through all our old notes because I keep notes of everything we talked about. And oh my God, there's so much about Trump and other like horrible shit. You know what I mean? So y'all rock with us through all that. So thanks for sticking with us. In 2021, hopefully it's going to be a bit different.
Definitely appreciate you.
I just wanted to bring this up because I brought it up before the broadcast. So I come to San Francisco. I come to the Bay Area all the time, and Fast Track finally tracked me down. Fast Track, y'all got me. Immediate attention required.
That is hilarious. They got him. They tracked him down. They found him. Kevin, why don't you tell them how much it is? They finally got your ass after all these years. Show the camera. Get it. No. That's the $6. Don't show your license plate, but $6.
I was having a heart attack because when you get a bill in the mail and they got the little red or it's in red, they're like, no, we about to do some shit to you. You better clean this up. And I'm like, this is just perfect for the holiday season. Just when you think you have a little bit of money saved up, all of a sudden something blows up and you got to pay a bill. They tracked me down from San Francisco to LA over 5 months for $6 funky ass dollars.
$6 funky ass little dollars. And they ain't playing because that was like that was the toll, right, for going over the bridge.
Yeah, because they stopped doing in Golden Gate Bridge. They don't have a toll booth anymore. You just roll through. But that was using when I drove up there, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, I will take $6 in pennies and throw it at you, motherfuckers." You know?
It probably costs more in postage and the hourly rate of the person sending that bill than it is to get you $6. But hey, that's how the economy works, bro.
Giving a motherfucker a heart attack. I mean, come on, don't do that to people, man. Like, 'cause I was like, oh no. Thinking of all the times I went through the Golden Gate Bridge and didn't pay a toll.
Damn.
I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have any cash.
And they were like, oh, that's okay, we got your license. And then, like, I would expect them to send you a ticket, so that would be worth their time. It's like, oh, this is a couple $100, like, or 50, 60, 70 bucks. Like, yeah, this is worth, like, tracking you down over. But, like, $6? Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to this ticket in like a decent, like,
there is no decent way. Don't try to be decent.
Yeah.
Fuck decency.
I mean, there's no way I could send this money back without adding something that indicates that they should go fuck themselves. Like, I don't like how, like, I can't, any good conscience, I can't just write a check, put it in the mail, and just send it. Well, I have to add something there. I have to add some, like, hey, by the way, you motherfuckers. Corey, hit me with the Facebook. Corey, hit me with the Facebook link so we can get our Facebook people on.
I did. Check your DMs.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, we got a big show for y'all. Aside from Kevin getting this $6 ticket, we got a lot to talk about. We got to go over the entire decade that was the year 2020, and I don't know if I'm even looking forward to reliving this, to be honest with you.
I mean, okay, so when we started keeping track in December 22nd, 2019, episode 16, we were talking about impeachment, and we were talking about Mariah Carey making $60 million in royalties for Christmas. For Christmas.
God damn. And
yeah.
Does Nick Cannon get half of that? Like, I just want to feel good. I feel like that's in some small way reparations.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cannon, I mean, he has to be, like, hitting himself because, I mean, Mariah Carey's doing the least. I mean, the last time Mariah Carey performed, she didn't even dance. She had a bunch of, like, gay sailors bring her on stage, like, Carey on stage.
Was that the Super Bowl?
I mean, it was bad. She didn't do anything. She's like, and she didn't even, like, lip sync. She's like, you sing.
Damn.
Yeah. So and so in January, what happened? All right. So in January, the 49ers were actually doing all right, and we were talking about Jimmy G being the next GOAT, and that
I wasn't. If you check your notes, I'm pretty sure you noted down that I was like, no, I'm calling him Jimmy Giveaway. He's fool's gold. I could tell then, and I was like, I don't trust it. And then he went out and lost the Super Bowl.
And my whole thing is, like, any nigga that's fucking a porn star is a trick, and you can't trust that. I put that on my whole family. Like, look,
Kevin wasn't a native to the Bay, but he's enough from the Bay to know that if you fuck porn stars, you a trick, and you are not to be trusted, because if you listen to Too Short, that shit will set you up for life. They gave away the game, baby.
Yep. Hey, Too Short and Rapping Forte. They put it down. They let you know, like, if you tricking, you tricking. You know, there's no reason to do that.
It's only tricking if you ain't got it. But, like, well, it's tricking.
Nah, I mean, look at James Harden right now. Like, his worth has gone from, like, a $30 million a year player to, like, all right, we give you like 10 million and the rest in ones because we know what you're doing.
His worth and his pay are two completely different things. That's why he's acted like this. Because you like what you can get for in a trade for James Harden right now may be like the best. You might be there was a time when you could have probably traded James Harden for Kevin Durant straight up or with like a draft pick. Now, good luck. But at the same time, you still gotta pay this nigga for $40 million, no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah, so we'll give you a first round draft pick. Maybe we'll give you Klay Thompson and the rest in ones. Are you cool with that? I mean, this is the first. I mean, people don't understand that James Harden is the first nigga to ever have his jersey retired in a strip club.
Like, damn, it's in the rafters at Little Darlings.
I'm not even making that up. Like, that's a real thing. Like, okay.
Also, on topic but slightly off topic, Lou Williams, first person to ever have a menu item named after him in the strip club. Except for like maybe like the Lamar Odom lasagna.
Oh, but more like the Lamar Odom casserole. That's a more difficult topic. Okay, so this is just January, by the way. I'm only in January. Okay, so we get to February, and this was the tragedy.
Double tragedies.
Things got really bad. Rest in peace, Kobe. I mean, that was hard. What exactly was the date of that? Because
he died I feel like he died at the end of January. It was before the Super Bowl, right? I remember that specifically because me and Kev, I can't hear you, man.
Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, you went down.
Yeah, January 26th.
Oh, there we go. Say it again.
January 26th.
January 20. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it felt like the last week of January.
Yeah, and it was a really big disaster. It was tragic, and at the time, my day job, I worked 2 blocks away from Staples Center, and I remember like not being able to like navigate the traffic to get to my parking spot. And at lunch, I was like, "What's this all about?" And I walked from my building to the Staples Center, and they already had like it was like a shrine, and people were there just like, rest in peace, Kobe and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also remember like the next day, those motherfuckers had those rest in peace Kobe t-shirts already printed.
T-shirts, hats, like they had special edition commemorative Nikes. Like, how did you whip these up so quickly? But yeah, like Kobe, when Kobe died, like that shit fucked me up because it's one of those things you remember exactly what you're doing. Me and Milan were hunting for a new apartment and we're like hating life because that's always a rough situation. And she was like, "Hey, pull over," and I was like, "What? Why? What happened?" She was like, "Trust me, pull over." I was like, "What? Did like someone in my family die?" She was like, "Close." And then I don't know what keeps happening to your sound. I don't know if it's you or me, but like I can see your lips moving, but sometimes I can't hear you. Check.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, you're back now. So I don't know what keeps coming loose or whatever. But to finish my story, like she told me Kobe died. And like as a grown man, like you especially in America, you're not raised to like be in touch with your emotions and cry and shit like that. Like there's like when the Dodgers won the World Series this year, which we'll get to, like there was a lot of people that cried for the first time in their adult lives because that was the first time they been moved to that kind of tears, aside from like having their daughter and like, getting shot. That'll probably be like the only time some of these dudes cried. But like when Kobe died, like that shit hit me. Kevin, you're going mute again. Like that shit hit me like in my chest. And when I pulled up to like a gas station, like the Armenian dude at the gas station was like, they were hugging each other, wiping tears. And I was like, fuck. And then like the next day, like you see like rest in peace Kobe on the buses and shit. I was like, fuck, man.
Oh, Yeah, by the way, like if you live in LA, like the LA buses like keep it 100. Like I don't know who's doing like who's putting the stuff on the little displays, but they keep it real. They're like wear a mask or like rest in peace, homie,
Mhm.
like shit like that. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, like what kind of gangster dude is running the LA buses where they just like rest in peace, player, you know?
dude. When Nipsey died, when Kobe died, like they it's like I'm pretty sure the Rolling 60s control the bus station.
It must be because they're putting out shit there like Compton forever. Like,
The
what
marathon continues and shit. I was like, is that a citywide slogan now? I'm pretty sure you need a meeting and like you gotta sign off on it. Either way. But yeah, that's
that's a,
like that's how the year started. Oh, and didn't we forget like a giant like a huge foreign policy issue that happened in January?
um I'm looking right now. I mean, there's the impeachment acquittal happened there, but I'm not sure like which
Oh
one you're
yeah,
talking
we tried to impeach Trump and then he got acquitted, but didn't he kill somebody?
about. Well, okay. So there was that whole thing with the Washington Post journalist that got murdered by one of his benefactors, and he's just like, yeah, if I didn't see him get cut to pieces, nothing happened. So that was
I didn't
that.
mean that. Like I meant the Iranian general.
Huh? No, I don't have that on my notes.
You forgot? Okay. Look, well, Google it real quick, and I'll fill you in while you're looking. I
Okay,
believe it
okay,
was sometime in January.
okay,
Uh,
but I want to
you're
add
going
like
mute again. What is this weird selective thing with your headset?
no, I hear you like 100% the whole time, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, and yours
Um,
like cuts out like for a few seconds and then it pops back on. I don't know why.
huh. But I just want to add in regarding Kobe's unfortunate death.
Mm.
Snoop went online and called Gail King a dog faced bitch, and, and incited the wrath of Oprah. And that's what we call like this is like within the black community, like we don't air the dirty laundry like that. And Snoop went all the way in and called Gail King a dirty bitch. Um, for talking shit about Kobe because she asked Leslie uh but God where am
Lisa
I not
Leslie.
Lisa Leslie. She asked Lisa Leslie about whether or not how she felt about Kobe's rape charges, and Snoop went all the way in on that, and
Yeah.
we kind of just let that go. I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, it got real ugly, man.
It wasn't was not that we let it go. There was nothing to let. Oh, you mean like they both let the beef go because like
Yeah.
that's how funny. Like that's how you realize who's really gangster out there in Hollywood. It's like Snoop is an actual gangster that like runs the streets, and Oprah was like, "Leave Gail alone." He was like, I got you."
Like, do you want to be on game shows in 2020, nigga? Do you? Because
She's
I
like,
know, I
"Nigga,
know. A dude,
I will buy your network. I will buy." I will buy your masters. I will buy all of Death Row Records right out from under you. Try me.
I mean, that was the shortest phone call ever. Like, like that's my, I'll find that money under the couch.
Oprah was like, if you don't leave that bitch alone, I will hurt you. Snoop was like,
Yeah, okay. Now you're doing Corona commercials and and doing the general,
yeah, I know
like
about
doing
the playa. I'm
commercials.
from Long Beach, baby.
Right. Okay, so March happened, and then March Queen and Slim came out, and
Mm,
I bootleg Queen and Slim, which was a great black movie about two black characters that meet up on a like a Tinder date, and
mm,
they get stopped by the police, and somehow the police gets killed, and they go on the run, and I was saying at the time that yeah, it's a great story about black love and all that. But if I meet you on a Tinder date and you kill somebody, like I'm gonna just delete Tinder and pretend I never went on that date.
I'm pretty sure your lawyer. I'm pretty sure your lawyer would give you the same advice.
Like, I don't know her. Like my dude, like we just want Tinder. What's that?
You know what's
Never
funny?
heard of it.
I never even watched that film. I just kind of like I didn't.
You should. You
Huh?
should watch it. You should watch
Okay.
it. You should.
Well, I just figured like as soon as I saw the premise that like it was two black people against the police, and I was like, for the same reason I didn't watch 12 Years a Slave, is like I don't need this kind of impending negativity in my life. I know exactly how this is gonna end.
Okay. Queen and Slim, I'll give you that. Like, yeah, like he's like, oh, two black people as the police. Yeah, there's no spoiler alerts in this movie.
This is gonna
There's no
end poor.
spoilers.
It's like going into Titanic. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen. It doesn't end well for anybody on the boat.
Yeah, there's no spoilers. But 12 Years a Slave is worth watching because it really was a movie about a person who was from New York and was a freedman who was kidnapped and found his way out. And I think a lot of people don't understand, like in American history, in New Orleans and in a lot of parts of Connecticut and New York, there was an idea, even during the times of slavery, of freedmen of color. That was a thing. But unfortunately, you still have to carry your pass around. Like no, I'm not a regular nigger. I'm a free nigger. Like, that's not
several forms of identification.
Yeah. Which is not the way we have to do it now, right? Exactly.
My lawyer has told me I can neither confirm nor deny the information.
Right. Oh man, oh god, so that was February. So
did you leave out the part about Jimmy G being Jimmy Giveaway and hurting my feelings there too?
No, man, we already covered that.
Yeah.
And he's hurt now anyway, and we have a guy named Beat Hard who is like running the team. So
but dude, I remember being sad in that, like right before this was before the pandemic hit. Remember being sad in the Ha Ha Club, like just like with Renee Vaca, just like rubbing my head and like talking shit because our team lost, and that was like the worst thing that was going on like at that time.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten worse now. I mean, shout out to the 49ers, by the way. You just won that last game. I mean, it's all for pride at this point.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly. But
they won the Injury Bowl.
Yeah,
actually, they lost the Injury Bowl last week to Dallas. That was the Injury Bowl for real.
Yeah, but they won. What's his name? The Juice, who has a fullback in the league anyway. Like that's ridiculous. Like, why are they even playing fullbacks? Like that's so old timey. They might as well have the helmets with like the one little like.
That's when men played football, Kevin. We got CTE proudly. That was the objective. God damn it! You wanted to give a guy a concussion.
So ridiculous. So as we move along, so so March, the primary was around, and most of my notes were about Bernie and about Ja Morant, and as it turns out, Ja Morant is a truth. I mean, that little motherfucker is killing people in the league right now.
Little motherfucker is as tall as you.
Yeah, but no, he's like 100 pounds, and he's like dropping 40 biscuits on people. I mean, come on. I mean, the dude is real, and the fact that nobody would give him a scholarship except Murray State. You know what I mean? Like he is shitting on the league on purpose. Yeah. Like, you motherfuckers did not fuck with me when I was in high school. I got Murray State. This one white dude saw me on VHS tape somewhere and gave me a scholarship. So that's how that's going. So okay, so moving on. So we had so this is like April of 2020 when the quarantine started really hitting. So like my notes were
Mhm.
like hashtag quarantine life.
Mhm.
Um, and I was saying like the five best things about quarantine is uh, sweatpants, no commute in LA traffic, saving money on liquor so I could buy better liquor at home. Uh, um, I have no time for the dumb shit. Normally, I wouldn't have time for it, but now I'm watching Tiger King and Real Housewives of Atlanta. um,
Yeah, in
and
April, everybody got real comfortable being uncomfortable. I don't know if we got our stimulus checks or whatever, but that was the month, especially in California, where you were locked the fuck down. There was nowhere to go, nothing to do, and you curled up with a book, or you learned how to paint, or you like got some puzzles, or you became a Call of Duty champion. Like there was just nothing else to do. Like you were
right,
bored in the house and them in the house bored, bored in the
yeah,
house and them in the house bored. Like it was 23-hour lockdown in April. Yeah.
yeah, 23 and one, yeah, yeah. And I put out I put a poll on Twitter. Would you let your significant other cut your hair?
Oof.
and and the results were resoundingly weird. Like men were like no, women were like hell the fuck no. And so everybody just grew their hair out. That's what happened in April of 2020.
That's what's happening right now in December of 2020. I want to go back to the barber, but I am gonna be like I'm already looking like a out of shape video game character, but like until I can really get a hold of this shit, like I might be coming on Sasquatch. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna need to get like my face cut.
But I mean, but what you're getting right now is you have like the top dreads and the bottom fro. So that's like a new thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
That's
like
a
it. I want to shave this off. Like yeah,
well,
it's a weird it's like a black mullet. A bullet.
well, well. I mean, Milan can, with the hair a haircutting kit's like $20, man.
No to the fuck no. I
I
would
mean,
rather I would rather braid this shit on the side myself and then cut it.
you have like little baby braids than let your lady cut your hair. Okay, all
Yep.
right.
Who
I
else is gonna
mean,
be like? Who else is gonna see me? Like I'll wear a hat and the rest of these bitches. I don't care.
I mean, but did you think there's a possibility that she may be able to cut your hair right?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, let's move on from there then.
Like no, it's nothing
Um,
personal. Like it's just like she can't cut her own hair. Like her sister cuts her hair because her sister's a licensed beautician. I would rather have her sister give me a haircut.
hmm, okay. Why isn't her sister cutting her hair then?
Huh?
Why isn't her sister cutting her hair then?
Um, because it would be illegal for her to do so. I'm not confirming nor denying I will get that done, but like right now, I'm just like,
Oh, okay, okay, I understand. Yeah, delete that from the thing. And okay, so one of the thing that came from this month. So April was a time when people really started like settling into the fact that this shit is for real, and this is what's happening. Um, and it just kind of like settled in, you know. Um, and people started getting what I call Amazon amnesia. And that's when you get bored and you start ordering shit and shit started appearing at your door and you forgot that you ordered it.
yep.
and and so it became like, oh, are these shoes for me? Who did this? Oh, that was me when I was drunk at 3 in the morning. Flipping around. And Amazon makes it way too easy to order shit. Like you just have to like hit the button, like
uh,
one button, and
yeah.
like boom.
What's the
Like
weirdest thing that you forgot you ordered?
Um, I would. Okay, I ordered some dance shoes. I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing. Um, some Chinese vitamins.
I'm sorry.
I was looking at it like, well, yeah, some vitamins that come from China, like they're supposed to like make a okay, fine. Chinese vitamins should be like enough. Like you just
That's the last thing you should be purchasing in a pandemic when it originated. I don't know.
yeah, I mean it was bad. Oh, so but in May of 2020, we had Amazon amnesia. Huntington
Mm,
Beach was doing protests,
uh,
and they're being stupid about it.
they were
But
protesting the lockdown. They were grounded for 2 weeks.
yeah, they're mad as fuck because their fucking Applebee's was closed or whatever. You know,
Mm.
fuck Huntington Beach. But uh, and people forget how bad that time was. Like the only live sports on television was cornhole. That I mean, I am not shitting you. Like at one point, this shut down all major sports. All we had was cornhole and fucking bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling because you only have to touch your own ball, they have to touch everybody else.
Yep.
It was a bad time. And then ESPN at that time in May decided, okay, the people are struggling. We're gonna drop The Last Dance, and they gave us the last season of Michael Jordan winning in Chicago in 1996. And
Mm.
I think that stopped riots. Like if they didn't, I think LA would have been on fire if they
You
didn't do
know,
that.
I've said several times online when people are arguing about basketball, it's like if we charged y'all niggas $1 for every time you use Michael Jordan's name in an argument, we would have health care.
Yeah, I mean it's at that level.
Like it
I
gets on
mean,
my nerves that could be so important, and it's like he stopped playing 20 years ago. Let it go.
yeah, I mean it'll always be go time.
Yeah.
I mean, but the documentary was really it, it really like saved people because we had something to watch and people were on Twitter like talking shit about it,
There's only
and
so
of
much
course one of
Tiger
the most
King you can watch.
yeah, we needed something new, and ESPN was right about like they were gonna drop it in the fall, and they're like, nah, the people need this right now, so they dropped it like in May, and the seminal moments, one of the things most memorable moments of that is Dennis Rodman saying on Thursday, I need a break, flying to Vegas on Friday and fucking Carmen Electra. and showed up on Monday still drunk and high, and they're like, yeah, this work out.
That's one
I
hell of a
mean,
break.
Dennis Rodman is an all time goal.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, if you can play for the Detroit Pistons and then come back and play against a team that hated the Detroit Pistons and win in both teams while being drunk as fuck and fucking porn stars. I mean, the dude is like I don't know what level we're operating in, but he's on a fourth level, like whatever matrix.
Like here's
That's
the thing. Like Dennis Rodman has a million bullet points to his life that are like a book in themselves, like they're the most interesting things ever. But I'll just pick these three random off the top of my head. Uh, rebounding savant, married himself, North Korean diplomat, motherfucker. Like those three things, I want to know everything about. Tell me everything about those three things that just happened.
yeah. We gonna tell a dude at that point. Like we gonna tell him. Like we gonna tell him.
An amazing
You know.
life. An amazing life.
And for people who are watching, this is a thing we say sometimes. Like, what are you gonna tell that dude? Like,
Nothing.
what are you gonna tell him? Like, what do you have to add to the conversation?
You
Like,
can't tell Dennis Rodman shit. His life is working out exactly how he wants it to, and we all have no idea what that is, but it's working for him.
Well, you know what Dennis Rodman needs to do? No, you don't, motherfucker. You don't. Okay, he's got rings. He's got.
He's done everything you could possibly do in life.
And by the way, I did mention in that documentary that and this is really bad, but Scottie Pippen is the countryest motherfucker as far as black people I've known. He's a dude that says onlyest. Okay.
Not onlyest.
He says
The onlyest thing you can. He's the onlyest nigga to say onlyest. That
in the country. You a country ass motherfucker when you say onlyest.
he signed like a 15 years, $17 million contract.
Nigga, they made you a slave and you said onlyest. Like, yeah, of course they did that to you. And then as it turns out his wife is a hoe. Like she's fucking with 25-year-old like rookies in the league right now.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's a great way to tie that together. I forgot we had Scotty being salty in The Last Dance, and now
Right.
his wife is dating a current player.
It's like, but because, dude, you a country ass nigga. This is what happens. You a hayseed. Like, this
No,
is
well,
what
she
happens.
she had to bounce though. I mean, like the dude signed a 15 years, $17 million contract. You don't think she knows how to secure the bag now? Like she was like, nah, this nigga right there, this I'm dating right here is 25, and he's got 40 million.
Like, do you like you
Half
you
your
tell me-
age, twice your money already.
Exactly. So you tell me you got 6 rings, you signed for $1 million a year. Okay. Negro. What is wrong with you?
She and damn the fact that player already has a family. She like details 40 million. I'll work the rest out.
Oh yeah, I mean, and by the way, that dude's wife immediately filed for divorce because the internet is what it is now. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have that time.
And you're a basketball
Yeah.
wife. That divorce, like they have a divorce speed dial button on their phone. Like, beep, all right, look, when can we? Like I have the papers ready. When can we serve them? Because that's a business.
Yeah, very much. I mean, they did to wrap it up real quick.
Yeah, divorcing NBA players from their money is a Fortune $500 company or Fortune $500 industry. $500.
Yeah, that lawyers that do that shit. All right, so moving on to May, and apparently that's when the first $1,200 stimulus came out in May,
Mm-hmm.
and we were kind of joking about that in May, like $1,200, like yo, we live in LA, like $1,200 isn't gonna pay for your lotto tickets.
That's gas
you know?
money.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like the funny thing about the $1,200 is like half of the people were like, "Bro, this is fucking nothing. Like I'm out of work. I've been out of work for the last 3 months. You basically gave me $400 a month to deal with this shit." And the rest of the country was like, "Oh my god, $1,200, nigga, we going sis, we going sis."
Yeah,
Like,
right.
ugh.
But yeah, if you live in Texas or Oklahoma, yeah, $1,200 is you blowing up. But for like the rest of us, it's
No,
just
it was
not right.
personally frustrating to see people like as bad as it is when people get their tax refund. It was as bad seeing people get a stimulus check.
Yeah, because I mean, because you knew if you live in New York, if you live in Florida, if you live in LA, you're not gonna do anything with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I mean, so by May, we had no live sports. Nothing was happening. All I was watching was like all the old Warriors game, and I was pissed off because all they would show and repeat was the Warriors losing to the Toronto Raptors. like yeah, let's just rewatch the NBA Finals. Like, no, I don't want to see that shit.
Hey,
Watching
you better.
Clay-
Well, right now you should be grateful because even those days are behind you.
Okay. Uh, let's time out. We will have no warrior slander on
I'm
this
not
podcast.
slander. That slander to say that it's like it's no insult to say that a dead man is dead.
Yo, I mean, what happens when your shooters can't shoot? I mean, like we took 240 biscuits to the face, okay, in a row.
That didn't sound right, but yeah,
Like,
that's
I mean, look, there's something called garbage time. The garbage time shouldn't be a whole quarter, okay?
yeah.
Regardless, if okay, if in like the beginning of the fourth quarter it's like 75 to 112,
Mm.
like 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 nigga, pack it up. Like we shouldn't be playing this game.
Hey Kev,
Like
let me make you feel a little better. Like before, like I went to get some lunch before the podcast, and when I got out of my car, I was checking my phone. I saw the score. The Clippers were losing to the Mavericks at home, 77-27 at halftime.
yeah, yeah, that's I mean, this should be like in high school. In high school football, there's a thing called a forfeit rule, where
Yeah.
like, okay, if it's like 65 to nothing, like they don't even play the last. They're like, all right, you know what?
Final score 124-73. Good God.
Yeah, well, where's so playoff P? Where's playoff P at? Where you at?
The same place he was in the playoffs.
And by the way, it's not such a stretch to think that the day before Kawhi Leonard said he's open for free agency. So I think he's like, let me get on these lifeboats.
All right, back to May. Sorry, we were all watching old sports stuff.
Yeah.
What else happened in May?
So they made the NBA decided to have no drug testing.
Celebrate good time. Come on.
Oh no! Oh, sorry, no. Sorry, that's December. No, sorry, I messed
Yeah,
up. No,
May.
yeah. So we're still May. We're still May.
Yeah.
So there was no March Madness. There was no NBA.
Nope.
And NFL passed the CBA. They're trying to do a 17 game season in 2021, which isn't going to happen.
Nope.
Uh,
They'll be lucky to get 12.
Ridiculous. I mean, you can't get like a whole team on the field right now because of all the COVID shit. I mean, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So moving.
That's the only note you have for May. I feel like I can remember something that happened in May, like because that doesn't feel like the whole decade. That feels like only about 6 years ago. I can't think of it. What happened in June?
So this is so moving into like June, July, we get into the bubble, and people, there was the bubble, and there's this story about rookie cornerback Kamal Silvern trying to bring a Seattle Seahawks girl into the bubble and dressed her up as a Seattle Seahawks player. And
I remember that.
and I was trying to understand like what Seattle Seahawks player looks like a fine ass bitch. I mean, that just seems like I mean, yeah, you have to start asking questions like, okay, well, which the fact that she was able to pass muster and get through like security.
All right,
Like,
check
okay,
this out. There was that, and then I think like a couple weeks later, there was the incident with the dude on the Rockets, with the test taker, and that just lets you know, like that was like we went in lockdown in March. This is May. That lets you know that 4 months is like the absolute longest an athlete can keep it together before they're willing to literally risk it all because they just gotta get some.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's it's at some point, like the dam breaks.
Yeah,
You
Stephen A.
know,
Smith
um,
suggested we send in groupies, like just and out for some reason I just imagine like a medieval catapult launching.
I mean, I just felt like if you had a strip club, you could make so much money by just saying like, hey, we're COVID free, just to get people out of trouble.
Lemon
Yeah.
pepper Lou.
um, so let's see. So this is August. Memorial Day came around, and uh, I try to like school people on what Memorial Day was about, which was a holiday was created by freed slaves, which is organized, by them in Charleston, South Carolina, and there's a lot of pushback on that.
I didn't even
And
know that.
yeah, I mean, Memorial Day was great because it was for like black people that fought for the Union wanted to, recognize the sacrifice.
Mhm.
So, and which is fine. I mean, like so many things in American history are created by black people that nobody knows, not even black people know. You know,
Especially
um,
us because they kept it from us.
yeah, yeah. So it's not your fault. And at that point in August, we lost the Comedy Pop studio.
Uh,
Um, yeah, that was rough. So we're not on Spotify anymore. Mm. Although we've come to the end of the road.
Please don't sing the
I
whole
mean,
thing.
no, no, no. They created. Aha. Okay, that's why it's good. It's out of order. Yeah, sorry. So I was going through the order of things, and I was not ordering it the right way. Okay, here we go. So episode 31 in August, I talked about LeBron James potentially taking HGH,
Mhm.
and that's why he has a big beard because he's trying to hide that his jaw is like extremely distended due to the growth from that. And
Is that what Barry Bonds had?
yeah, yeah, I mean, it distends your face. I mean, it did the same thing to his running partner, Dwayne Wade, and ESPN had an article in 2008 about that, and then that article disappeared. Like you have to go to the Wayback Machine and find it, but it's
Hmm.
gone now. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not there. Um, so okay, so August 9th, grand opening, grand closing. So bars are closed again because of
Ugh.
COVID. Yeah.
So comedy has been that's something else that's been rough this year. It was like I've been saying it all year long. It's like it wasn't just that we lost comedy clubs. It's like we lost all industries that comedy clubs exist in. We lost food, we lost beverage, we lost bars, we lost just social clubs. Like all that shit left this year. And we had to find some
Mhm,
other community within Zoom, within VR,
mhm.
within whatever else we could be because we couldn't be together. And the shit has been it's been really weird. It's taken a toll on a lot of people. I shudder to think about the numbers we're gonna see of like the depression and people killing themselves from just being alone. You know, like just that need
Yeah.
for human connection is like this shit's gonna wear people out or has worn people out, and I think people are ready to get back to like when we are able to like we keep saying when we open things up or we go outside, but like when things get back to some degree of normal, like there's going to be a lot of fucking going.
Yeah, yeah. From the people I know on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, uh, ladies are setting up a lot of thirst traps right now. I mean, when you see that ad for Sprite when LeBron like it's the thirstiest time of the year, it's
For
thirsty as a motherfucker right
everybody.
now.
Everybody thirsty,
Yeah,
right? The Instagram models is like, hey, I used to trap cats for money with sex, but now I'm like just I kind of just want the sex. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds terrible for a single guy like me. um, it's the thirstiest time of the year. Oh, and also August of 2020 gave us the word entanglement.
Oh, poor Will.
And entanglement was
Poor
what
Will Smith.
Jada Smith described with her relationship outside of marriage of this fellow August. Um,
Her tongue got entangled.
entanglement.
Her tongue got entangled with his dick.
But I love how smooth that was, though. Like she found a whole new word because
that was
really, what?
that was
Because
like a
really, when in your life have you ever used the word entanglement? Ever?
that was that was above and beyond the for the stereotype of women shirking accountability because she went deep into the vocabulary
She found a new
for
word.
like
Like
that wasn't an affair, that was an entanglement.
I mean, and think about like all the words you use in your life. Think of all the words you've written in your life. You like I've never used the word I had to Google what entanglement was. She found a word, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, like I wish I that's smooth as shit. That's some E40 shit to be able to like just make up words like not make up words on the fly, just make up meaning on the fly. You know?
That wasn't an affair. That was an entanglement, and niggas were like, "Ooh, oh, that's so." I didn't know what entanglement was. Is that a thing? And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, it is. It is." And I go there, but so like that kind of got us wrapped up for a minute. Like word, he's gonna just throw some words out there, you know.
Mhm.
And, but apparently it worked because she still has her show. She's still
Still
with
has a
Will.
marriage.
Yeah,
Like Will's
and
fine with that shit. Well, I don't know
and
about fine,
it's
but like he's okay enough with it.
but I think it's instructive for people to see how the pimp game actually works. Like if you really pimping, you come up with words to be like, nah, girl, we, you know, confunicating together.
That's definitely some E40 shit.
Which we'll get to the end of the year, which is
Yeah.
also very, very
It's
funny.
like, babe,
Um,
I didn't have an affair. I had a pistachio.
yeah, pistachios are similar.
Yeah.
um, so like mid
Mm.
July, Walmart started requiring everybody to wear masks, and
We went
all
from August to July.
um okay, we're in August still. Sorry, August 8th. This is when I put this out. Um, so Walmart started requiring people to wear masks, and all the Karen videos started blowing up, and there was a whole new like segment of YouTube that showed up, which is Karen videos, which is basically angry ass white women uh, just taking it out on essential workers for reasons, and
Yeah.
that was a whole thing.
Well, it's
Um,
always been a thing. Now it's just
mhm.
like now we have a whole we have a section for it on YouTube because enough people have caught it on tape. It's always happened. If you've ever worked retail or in the service industry, you've dealt with Karens your entire career. It's just now it's like, oh shit, let's put this on. Like now we have these recording devices in our pockets. Let's get this crazy chick on camera because it's not okay for you to like try and cause a scene to get somebody fired just because you're not getting your
Um,
way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's too bad. It's a genre now. I mean, sometimes I wonder if it's even parody at this point. Like if some people are just doing it just to get on, get views, you know.
Yeah.
So and that's the other thing about 2020s. You can't really trust if if something is spontaneous or if it's just people like being very like trying to just do it for views.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So also in that month, Trump tried to ban TikTok. Uh, so that obviously didn't happen, because
Yeah.
but the fact that that was like, we had to talk about that, like he wanted to ban TikTok.
Yeah,
It
he
was
really tried to ban an entire social media outlet. And the funny thing about that is like that was the beginning, well not the beginning, but that was like one of the big earmark moments in his Bond villain claim to fame. Like where you could just see like, oh, he's really really trying to fuck this over. Like and no one and it's just great. Like it's been so obvious he's trying to like he was trying to disrupt what's happening and no one stopped him. You know,
yeah.
I guess it's because like the government was like, then like nah, just let's just watch, just see.
Yeah, and yeah, to the point we started going like TikTok should be banned. Like at some point, somebody should tap you on the shoulder. If you like Corey, if you said some shit like that, I'd be like, yo, fam, yo, like,
Yeah,
you holler at you, man. Like, look, man, you can't do that.
take his
And
keys.
then, yeah, exactly, And then, so in the middle of August, WAP dropped and
Yeah,
Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and there were some holes in this house, and
there indeed are.
again, Republicans tried to ban that, and they were saying that you know. By the way, if you've never seen WAP, it's like BT Uncut if they had a budget, and and if you don't know what BT Uncut is, then you should be watching this podcast. You're too
Yeah,
young.
you're too young.
Um, um, uh, so and people were like, "Why?" Yeah, people were up in arms. Like, I can't believe that woman would talk about dicks, and as opposed to like every trap rapper talk about dicks like every 10 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
what's
and
the problem?
pussy and sex, but like God forbid a woman do it.
Right? And people forgot like back in the days, like Two Live Crew was banned from MTV. Michael Jackson could get on MTV back in the 80s, man.
Michael
Prince could get
Jackson.
on MTV. Yeah, Prince and Prince and Michael Jackson, like they had to have like a campaign to get them on MTV because the gatekeepers at the time thought Prince and Michael Jackson would not be eligible. The people wouldn't watch them.
Hmm.
This is like the early 80s, yeah. So they've always been wrong, and there's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. Um,
There certainly
Shout out to
are.
Frank Ski. So let's keep this thing tracking. So at this point, like,
Gotta be like September
let me
now,
see.
right?
Yeah, we're getting into September where like the election shit is happening, and Kanye West puts himself on the ballot, and
Ugh.
he's like, "Yeah, I promise a pair of Yeezys in every closet and big bitty holes for everybody," like that. And that was, I mean, and looking back on this shit, like this, how insane all this looks. I mean,
Yeah, but
it just so
slightly
and
off topic. I just remembered something that happened in September that'll never, ever, ever happen again. Anthony Davis hit a game-winning playoff jumper on my birthday, and that's never gonna happen again because basketball season never usually happens in September.
right. And he said Kobe at the end. They were wearing the Black Mamba jerseys. Yeah, yeah. Um, and and in end of August, Chadwick Boseman died. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. I mean, Black Panther forever. Um,
Wakanda forever.
yeah, Wakanda forever. I mean, that's real. Uh, I mean, and and by the way, I'm skipping over like every month where an unarmed black person was shot because it's like
Yeah,
there's no
so
point in
that
bring
we don't have enough
like
time. We might as well just have a crawl going on. Like I gotta figure out. We'll share a screen and just have all the names listed of
yeah,
because
yeah,
let's not forget we had to go. We had protests and riots and unrest over more and more killing and kneeling on the neck of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor getting shot in her house while she was sleeping and still no justice. But yeah, that's a
yeah.
long. That's a whole. We can do a whole other show on that.
He do a whole like show on on black people getting shot. I had a segment called "Getting Some Bubble in That Bubble," and it was all about NBA players who were fucking in the bubble,
We've
which was
covered
kind of
that.
fun.
We covered that in
Yeah,
July.
yeah, getting some bubble in that bubble. Um, um, Let me see. The In September, The Rock endorsed Biden and Kamala Harris, and people like turned on him on Twitter.
Good luck.
So
See, anybody that has a problem with The Rock can come on down to the ring.
right, yeah, I think he'll serve them pretty well. Like
Rudy Poo can be asked.
exactly. And by October, it's like the Rona is like the 12th man. So if your team can stay healthy, you actually stay in the game.
Yeah.
Let me see. Uh, yeah. In October, Bill Burr dropped his Saturday Night Live monologue about white women and how they need to shut the fuck up, and that blew the fuck up,
Yeah,
which is great.
because whenever you tell a white woman to shut the fuck up, that's what she won't do.
I mean, as a comic that's worked many comedy scenes, yes. Like,
Yeah.
but he was like he was real about it. He's like, look, you guys, lived on the blood money, and when you fucked a black guy, you told the people you were raped, and you live with that. So why
Mhm.
don't you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up and take a talking to? And that was
Like, how dare you suggest there ever be consequences to our actions?
yeah.
That
So
accountability shit.
by the middle of October, like it was getting weird. Like fake Melania showed up.
I forgot all
Yeah,
about that. Like, you
yeah.
know how much you gotta hate a motherfucker to get a body double just to keep, like, like she was on the fucking plane. She's like, I'm not going, stunt double.
Yeah, you know how fucked up your game is when like you have a stomach, and people peeped it out right away because she's holding hands and kissing, and we're like, nigga, she never does that shit, never.
Yeah, she looks happy. No, that can't be her.
No, no, absolutely not. Like right up, like, and it wasn't even like I had to go search like some deep dark recess of like the internet world to find some conspiracy theory. Like we're watching the video, we're like,
No, that's not her.
ah,
And they're
what?
just outright not gonna address it because it's the fucking government. They don't have to.
We saw this shit. We like this is the same woman that would like slap his hand away in public,
Yeah.
like slap a nigga's hand away, like bitch, you embarrassing her family, like not giving a damn about that. Like no,
Nope. She's like, what are you gonna do? Kill me?
yeah.
It's like, well, then again, we might not notice.
Fake Melania showed up, and that
Uh,
shit.
where is
I
real
mean,
Melania right now? We don't know. We don't care. See?
and then okay, so we move on to like end of October. Halloween shows up, and people got mad because I dressed up as the Ghanan funeral guys that dance with the with the coffin on the. And well, they weren't mad about that. They weren't mad about that I was doing it. They were mad at that because I try to explain because it's only me.
He
I don't
has a
have like
baby coffin.
yeah, I didn't have a baby coffin because I can't find five other black dudes to do this. It's a pandemic, so I made a little baby coffin,
That's
and they
funny.
didn't. They thought it was bad taste. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? At this point, who cares?
People are gonna get upset with everything, no matter what. So just do you.
Mm.
If you and the fun
Um,
and if it comes to getting canceled, you gotta be put on for them to cancel you. So
right, yeah. So we're not put on, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
And also at the same time, the Dodgers won the World Series,
Hey,
and
and no, you're just gonna try and gloss over who else won in October.
no, I don't know what you're talking about. No.
The Lakers won yet another NBA championship. Very, very proud moment for me. I saw them get their rings a couple a couple nights ago. Yeah, stink face. Oh yeah. It hurts, don't it? Oh, I had to sit here and watch y'all win 3 of the last 5, but you can't sit here and watch this one.
No. I mean, and especially because they weren't supposed to win, because they traded away like half their whole fucking team. Um, you know, and when LeBron went down with that groin injury the year before, I thought that was a wrap. Like, all right,
Well,
you know,
you're
he,
wrong.
yes, I was wrong. Yes. You happy now? You happy now?
Do I not look happy? Look at my face.
I hate them, and the fact that they're so loaded now, like they're even better now.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me mad. But yeah, I mean, they won, and the Dodgers won, and finally in my East Hollywood neighborhood, the fireworks stopped going off. So the thing they ran out of
for a
fireworks
day, for like a single solitary 24-hour period.
And I saw that's the first time I've ever seen a Latino man cry.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about. The Dodgers haven't won since 1988. That some men didn't cry when their kids were born, and they cried when the Dodgers won.
Yeah.
I can't explain this type of machismo, man, but it's like I think that's why it was important for the Lakers and the Dodgers to win in this year of all years, because that probably prevented a lot of murders. Because there's a lot of just pent up frustration from guys not knowing how to emote. You know, when Kobe died, like there was a lot of dudes that cried for the first time, like that wasn't like tears of joy. It was just like some straight up sadness, which is some shit you don't do if you a gangster. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean it's there's a lot of catharsis that happened in Los Angeles, and there were no riots,
Nope.
and
We boarded up like a motherfucker, but there were no riots.
yeah, I mean, I hate the boarded up stuff. I mean, it just makes it seem like you think the worst of people, you know.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. So as we move into November,
Well, there's one really big thing that happened in November.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I ate more than I've ever eaten before. I mean, I understand like stress eating now. Um, I, I mean, Trump was like that dude in the band that's like doing the lead solo while everybody else is just rolling their eyes. Like, come on, wrap it up, dude.
And
I
he
mean,
still technically hasn't had conceded. He is conceded, but he hasn't conceded, and
yeah.
he's he just doesn't want to give up. Like I can't. I want him to I gotta see what's gonna happen. I can't wait till the 20th. Can't wait to see what he's a. I guarantee the moment he's a regular citizen, they are gonna put him in handcuffs.
Yeah, the state of New York has got his ass, but there was this weird what do you call it, FE, and I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere. Oh,
Yes, you are.
it's, yeah, exactly. It's bad. We all had to suffer through November with the elections, and had to suffer through the days afterwards when uh, it looked like he was winning, but then the mail-in votes came in and he was losing, and he got mad and said the mail-in votes are frauds, and everybody had to explain to him, you told your people to not mail in votes, and that's what they did. They showed up, but everybody else mailed in votes because that's how the shit works, and he still doesn't get it. I mean, so
No, he just doesn't want to get it. He knows what it is. He's just not trying to get it.
I mean, I've only had one ex like this, one ex girlfriend, where it's been
You had
like
an ex girlfriend like Trump. That's horrible. But
we're
but
like
as you mentioned it, so have I.
we're like I've gotten a phone call from a number I didn't recognize,
uh,
and I'm like, oh, it's you. I've blocked you from all the other Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, uh, everything. And you still have my number and you're calling me from this undisclosed. Okay, I'm blocking this too. And it's just going to go on and on. He has 24 days left. So you see how that goes. Um,
let's get there. All right, I think we covered the whole year. We're at an hour, over an hour. Need to wrap
oh,
this
yeah.
bad boy up.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, it's been,
It's
God,
been a
it's been
crazy year. We've been
I
all
mean,
displaced. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I mean the only good thing I say about this year is that it ended with E40 and Too Short
Tell me
like
what they got.
doing good set.
Tell me
Tem-
what they got.
Yeah, I mean shout out to E40 and Too Short, man, for like for putting a bow in this year. I mean, and realer than the $100 bill with the line across. When Christmas come around, ask Santa Claus, Santa, do you know E40? Santa be like, yeah, that's my homie. Yes. So that's I mean
that
the
was a
Bay
wonderful
came
thing.
through. The Bay came through, and for everybody else who's not in the Bay, you need to recognize that the Bay gave you some life
Yep.
at the end of the year.
And
You
I would
know,
like to thank LA for bringing us some championships all throughout the year. We stood
man,
tall when the rest of us when the rest of the world was lingering.
yeah. I mean, Kobe played with Smush Parker, and he played with these cats that are all in Cleveland. You know, like Larry Nance Jr. and but he tried to make the best of it.
Yep.
You know, and he dropped 60 on his final game. Said Mamba out, and he died, and he's gonna be forever for that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a Laker fan, but I respect what Kobe did. I mean, as a person, as a player, and he admitted he's like I was not the most athletic, but I had the desire to drive and all that shit. And I've studied film like a crazy person, and I mean to do it with Shaq and then come back and do it Paul Gasol, like that's unimpeachable. I mean,
Yep.
you can, I mean, the same way, and I think LeBron deserves the same respect because he did it with. I mean,
Everybody.
as much as yeah, as much as I hate that the championship he won in the Bay, I mean, you got to give. I
That shit
mean,
was
you got to tip
amazing.
your hat. Tip your hat
Everything
to
had
that.
to go right for that for 3 straight games.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, as much as I'm gonna say that the Warriors like let their guard down, I mean, you gotta give, I mean, dudes respect for like coming through and doing that.
Yep.
And so anybody who wants to talk shit on LeBron's name, like, you're bugging, you're crazy,
Yeah.
So,
Let that man be.
um,
But
yeah,
2020 is just about a wrap. If you guys hang on for a few more days, you will have survived to 2021. I think there's only 3 more Horsemen of the Apocalypse scheduled for that year. Uh,
yeah,
so if smoke them if you got them, have a drink, do whatever drugs you need to get through. It's the last week of the year. I appreciate all of y'all for sticking with us. Kev, I appreciate you for all that you bring to this show. Appreciate my girlfriend for letting me have my space to do this. And, and,
wait, I can hear in the background like, you better, motherfucker.
exactly.
All right,
And
but
and
we'll see y'all in 2021. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, whether we're doing it here on this podcast or we're doing it in VR, we're hoping to try to get more people into VR so you can see us do our thing out there. But we appreciate you guys coming in and chiming in and throwing ideas out. So See you in 2021.
Yep.
This is it.